Okay, welcome to the Sunday Shop update. Today I'm going to talk you through how I use these breakdown connections on the Festool Domino. I'm going to just give you a brief description of how I do it on a simple joint and how effective and quick it is. Okay, so the connector we're using is this one here. So this, as you can see, when you do that up, this pulls this back this way, and this one presses into the other piece of wood, the other side of the joint. Once you screw that, that splays, and then once that's done up, you push that into that socket, tighten that, and that's what pulls the joint together. So I'll just show you how that's done. It's quite simple. There's about 2 settings you need to change on your domino before you can do it. This piece of wood is 40mm. So we're going to cut a domino halfway down it. So we're going to set the domino here to 20mm for the depth, and that's how the cutter comes down. So that's going to meet going to hit the center of that wood, if you can see there. So that's our cut height. Now the cut depth on the first one is 25mm. So we now need to cut this in here so that we can thread that into the other fixing and then cut a hole in the top. So we move the setting from 25 to 50. That's going to give us our plunge depth. Now we're not obviously going to change the height of the piece because it's the same 40mm, so the center is 20. So we're just going to cut a 50mm plunge in here to accept this piece here. That's the hole for this piece. You can see it fits in there. Now we're going to need a hole in the top so that we can access that fitting. Now these fittings are located on the underside at the top and the underside at the bottom of this table. So you won't actually see these. There is a cap if you need to put it on, but you won't actually see these when it's assembled. So this isn't complicated, but it just seems a bit complicated when you're trying to explain it, I'm afraid. So we need this hole to be 40mm back from there. So because we're going to plunge vertically, we now move the fence to 40. That's the stop. 40 on there. Push that down, lock it. And that's going to give us the cut from front to back at 40mm. Now the cut depth, we did a 20mm cut here, centered it on 20. So because of that, we need 10 more mil for the bottom of this fixing to slot. So we're going to cut through this way, top to bottom. We're going to cut the 20mm to match plus 10mm. So for the cut depth, it's here. Now what that does is allows us to drop that in and push that into it. Under the surface, 40mm back, and in our case, it's 30mm down because we need to go to the depth there plus 10mm so that when the fixing drops in, it's just below there and centers. So the next step, let's put that in there. So now that's screwed in, simply push this through here, lock it down, and there's your joint. Really quick and easy. That's it for another Sunday update. I hope you found that interesting and useful. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much to my Patreons, really good. If you want to follow me on Instagram, you'll get some photos and bits of updates before it happens on YouTube. And as always, there's very in-depth versions of these builds on Patreon, and you can ask me some more kind of work-related questions on Patreon as well. Anyway, until the next one, I'll see you later.